jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Big shout out WCS back on the boulevard once again. Big shout out to the first in the building, who I be on deck, Alberto Puello. Shit outbox Rolly, but he got to be careful. Shout out to the first in the building, and also those who are en route to tuning in. You know, the WCS. Once again, appreciate you. Big salute. If you support the channel, man, hit the like button. All of that fun stuff, man. You know what to do, man. This is like routine for a lot of y'all. This is like routine, man. You know, big salute to the ones who donate to the channel. If you choose to do so, you know, you can do it via super chat, you know, or freaking Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel if you feel free. Rolly Romero. Let's get right down to it, man. News has it, and it's circulating everywhere. It's a torrential downpour right now. And I'm just trying to, I always speak about the magic, the hocus pocus of boxing, but I don't think a lot of people take it serious on what I mean. Like, the hocus pocus of boxing deal with a lot of areas that is influenced by someone. Someone is influencing this magic to happen the way it does in boxing. And the sport will always be manipulated and such. Always, bro. Rolly Romero is no way now ever excluded from the hocus pocus of boxing. This man is 14 victories in, 1 defeat, and 12 knockouts, y'all. It's him being stopped by the one and only Gervonta Tank Davis. Rolly Romero's is 27-year-old. He fought Tank Davis last year, May 28th, 2022. May 28th, 2022. He attempted to go in there and upset Gervonta Davis in 1 round for the WBA World Lightweight title. All right? We already know what level title it is. It's okay. I know who got my chat. I know educated human beings, especially in the boxing game, right? The WBA World Lightweight title. He challenged Gervonta for it and failed big time. Up to that point, we're talking about an Anthony Yigit that he stopped in 7. We're talking about an Avery Sparrow. He stopped in 7. Jackson Mariñez, he went the distance. Many thought he lost that fight. That was for the WBA interim world light. Now look at this now. From Jackson Mariñez in his last 4 fights now. His last 4 fights. This is important. Last 4 fights. He would have been, out of those last 4, he would have pretty much intended or pretty much put himself in a position to be in a championship fight. You know what I'm saying? 3 out of the 4 fights, he would have positioned himself in the championship fight. I'm not saying Rolly did himself, I'm just putting it out there. This man is making grand moves. And this is why we can't fall fighters prospects just because it sounds good. I always say it should be a protocol not to identify fighters as prospects. You know why? Because when Rolando Romero fought Jackson Mariñez for the WBA interim world title, he was 11-0. That man him fought nobody special. 11-0 fought Jackson Mariñez for the WBA interim world title, y'all. 11-0. Isn't that what they call prospects? Isn't that what they try to place on prospects? You know what I'm saying? Jihad Tucker, he's 9-0. They still trying to consider these fighters prospects. Xander Zayas, he's not a prospect anymore. Jared Anderson can't be considered a prospect no more. And sooner rather than later, Keyshawn Davis is not going to be considered a prospect, him or Bruce Carrington, even though they still sit right at, below 8 professional wins. Just think about this. ROLLY, with very limited amateur pedigree, went in there and fought Jackson Mariñez for the WBA interim title, y'all. I want y'all to grasp that. Some boys don't with it. Lost all the boxing on deck. What's good with you, bro? He was 11-0, fought for an interim title, which, of course, it was a heavy load of controversy surrounding that fight. I thought Jackson Mariñez did well because, he defended well against Romero, who was attempting to load up and dump the whole freaking footlocker of ammunition every time he decided to throw a punch, sending rounds down range against Jackson Mariñez. So he gets in there with Yigit and pretty much fight the same way he always does. Get in there with Gervonta Davis, and now we see a much more hesitant, optimistic, very, very cautious Rolly Romero. And he decided to box. So at this point in time, it was a moment. It was a moment that Rolly Romero had, y'all. Rolly was actually trying to display boxing skills. He was actually trying to let the world know, the universe know, that he had been in the gym working hard. You know what I'm saying? And he was going to go in there and not just throw it in the wash and look foolish. He did enough that he possibly could, to the point where there's still people this day that give Rolly Romero the fight on the scorecards until he was knocked out. It's still people that's saying that Rolly Romero was winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? They said Rolly Romero's winning the fight, y'all. This man is now scheduled sometime in April to fight Puello. This man is headed in there, y'all. Listen carefully what I say about the hocus pocus, man. It is real. It is live. It is relevant. It is an influence. It is manipulative. It is something that would never go away in the sport of boxing as long as it's running the way it's running. Rolly Romero, under a year, is about to step in out of nowhere when you have all those names up there at 140-pound division. Let's take a peek. All these names up here, and Rolly Romero gets a shot. He gets a shot at the reigning junior welterweight champion. Rolly Romero somehow, some way, has tunneled himself. I'm talking about he has went tactical and somehow, some way made it to a championship fight, man. And it takes us to believe that All of a sudden, this sparring comes out of him being dropped and this news break today. You know what I'm saying? Hocus mother effing pocus. Let's take a little peek, right? Let's take a little peek now. Let's take a little peek because some people upset. They say, how can you come off a loss and get offered the title shot now? Now I want y'all to go along with me on this search and rescue. All right? If you can pull up the WBA rankings, 140 pounds, super light, light welterweight. What I want y'all to try to do is, it's almost like you drop your phone in about 50 feet of water, right? And you feel that you can jump in there and retrieve that mother because you still see it reflecting off the light. I want you all to jump into this freaking 15 roster, this 15 fight roster in the ranking system. And I want y'all to help me find Rolly Romero being in the top 10. He's in the top 10, y'all. Rolando Romero is in the top 10, y'all, after losing to Gervonta Davis now. He lost to Gervonta Davis. I want y'all to process this shit. Rolly Romero lost to Gervonta Davis at 135-pound limit. This man is inside the top 10 of the ranking system at 140 pounds in the WBA sanctioning body. Top 10. Now, look, I'm searching for other people that I would have liked to see to get this shot. Kenneth Sims absolutely sticks out. Kenneth Sims, man, he's right outside number 11. Absolutely. Kenneth Sims faced Rolando Romero. It's easy work. Easy work. Easy work. Why isn't Antoine Russell getting this shot? Is he being blackballed or something? What's going on? Why didn't Antoine Russell get this shot? Gary Antoine Russell is more than worthy and deserving of this title shot. Why is he ranked in front of Rolando Romero and he's not getting a title shot? Jose Ramirez, a former unified, how is he not getting this shot? Can someone explain this? I just need to take some time because, you know, looking at boxing, I mean, I understand why people lie on the sport so much. Remember I said that. I understand for a while now why people lie on the sport so much. They don't take it serious, man. You take the sport serious, but when it comes to the media, you can't take the shit serious because the shit that you see happen right before your eyes in boxing, it just somewhat have you gritting your teeth, man, biting your lip, like you saying to yourself, how is this even fair? How the hell is this shit even fair, yo? Where's the conspiracy? Who's in charge of drawing the curtains, man? Somebody explain to me, how is this fight possible? How is it possible? That's all I want to know. I'm not sitting up here throwing a tantrum or a rant about it. I just want to have a dialogue with you in the chat. How is this possible? What's going on? Victor Alvarez on deck. Salute to you. He say Rolly top 3. How is this possible, though? Al Money, what's good with you, Al? On deck with it. If Rolly win, I smell a Tank rematch. And see, this is what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with LAB saying what he just said, but that is the norm. That is the norm right now. That's commonplace. Boxing is all about guessing You know what I'm saying? Storytelling, scenario-based narratives. That's what it's about, people. That's why you have so many people lying and putting clickbait. They treat this sport like it's just a little Salvation Army or Goodwill when it comes down to just taking it serious. Like somebody wearing Gucci and they say, "Hey man, I got it from the Salvation Army. It was on the clearance rack over there, man. I got it on the clearance rack." That's how they treat boxing. The shit look good for a minute, and then you're like, "For real? Is that really going on?" Yeah, man, for real. He's getting a title shot. How is it possible, y'all? I just want to hear from y'all. Shout out to Cam on deck, man. Salute to you. One love to the OG. WCS Dudley Boys in the building. Shout out to the Dudley Boys in the building. What's good with it, man? Can somebody explain to me that? Alexander, what's good? Alexander's on deck tonight. Any one of y'all, is there a plausible freaking reasoning or excuse that boxing just totally breaks any type of protocol that we believe they should have in the ranking system, and how we respect that shit? Do they have any type of protocol to make this fight? Like, if anybody I would look at that was pretty much close to Rolando Romero to get this title shot would be Gary Russell, even Jose Ramirez, man. How does situations and shifting, you know what I'm saying? How does these shifting of the ranking systems, how are we supposed to take the ranking system serious if they just continue to finagle? You know what I'm saying? Fudge it, finger fudge it. Massage that, finesse it. They always finessing the ranking system. They coming up with these shifts and positioning of names that damn well they don't supposed to be in that position. No one's looking for them to be in that position. If we taking a series of what they've done for us lately, some of these people shouldn't be in the slot that they're in, but they are. They shouldn't be in the numerics place holding that there are, but that they're currently holding, like Rolando Romero. He shouldn't be place holding that position after a knockout loss to Gervonta Davis, man. But then again, he's in the right sanctioning body. The hocus pocus, the magic of this shit is on full display once again, bro. Once again, this shit is unbelievable. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not trying to come over here and change anything because it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to change anything. I'm not trying to say, okay, I'm going to go on a lifelong protest, so it can be identified that I'm trying to goddamn start a union. I'm trying to save fighters from situations like this. But goddamn it, Rolando Romero is set for a second fight, which is challenging for a title again, from Gervonta Davis to Alberto Puello. All I'm asking y'all is the how. I'm asking respectfully for the how. Can y'all explain that shit to me? In the meanwhile, big shout out to Captain Chaos, the Wild Dog, on deck with a $10 super chat in the building. Shouts to Comeback, a real journalist. The rest are frauds. A man who's not scared to stand on the truth. A man with integrity in the land of lost souls. Many would do anything for $1 and not come back. I appreciate you, Captain. I appreciate you there, Chaos, for sure. I try to end it for sure. Appreciate you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? One love and thank you for the kind words. And once again, supporting the channel. On the scene, off the scene, man. Thank you. Alexander said, it really does make it hard to enjoy boxing. Respect Rolly for making his money, but this isn't it. So we supposed to, it's all about the money, right? Like boxing is a business and it's all about the money. But this is not so much blaming Rolly for anything. This is not here to chastise Rolly Romero. This is here trying to see where we at. Is there anywhere we can find like to bookmark a place to try to do an investigation, a short, brief investigation as to how does this make sense? That's all I'm saying. With the team that I have, is there any way that we can do a short investigation as to how this is actually happening? That's all I want to know. How can you come off a knockout loss and then go right back into a title shot, dog? This is the shit I speak about. Like, I don't even think it happened in mixed martial arts, to be honest. Even if you move up a division and get a title shot, usually they're gonna have you face someone first. Like say for instance, Conor McGregor being the 145-pound featherweight champion, moving up to 70 to face freaking Nate Diaz. He went 1-1 with Nate, but the last fight that they had in the rematch, he won a decision. So off that loss into a rematch, winning it, he came back down and fought Eddie Alvarez at lightweight at 155. Like for this window right here, I'm not gathering, enough understanding as to why people don't take it serious, man, about this sport. Like, why people are not taking it serious to question. They only question certain fighters, but they won't question all if they're in a position like this. Why don't they take it serious enough to question these moves that's being made where fighters are busting their ass, man? They going through the rigors of training. They doing anything and everything to put themselves in this type of position. And I guess being over there at TMT does have its perks, because God damn it, this man is coming off a loss and he's about to go right back in there for a title shot in April. How? And then this video all of a sudden drops on the day that this information is out. God damn. Why does boxing have to go through the black hole of integrity, dog? Jesus Christ. What's with all the damn sideshow attractions? Like, damn, just announce the shit and let's move on with it. It's just, man, this is Halloween annually. Boxing is the Halloween of combat sport. I swear to God. That shit has so many faces to it. How can Rolando, look, I'm not mad that I'm not mad at all. Like, why get mad at something I can't change, man? All I'm asking you all is, like, does anybody have, a response? Like, does anyone have any logical reason or they can present as to how this is taking place? Just help me understand it. Just provide an inkling. That's it, man. Just an inkling. I just need to know for myself. I need to be educated, because I don't see the uproar, the outcry. I don't see none of that about this, because it's Rolly. They don't care. Please, somebody help me. I hear what Alexander is saying. He's pretty much like, make your money, like a lot of people say about boxing. Make your money. Okay. Has nothing to do with money, because we don't know how much money he's making, right? But he's saying this isn't it. It seems like his other names is in that division who has multiple fights at 140 pounds that deserve to be gracing the square for a title shot. That's all that I'm trying to reciprocate. That's it. Victor say the big wigs are in the business of making money and Rolly can sell a fight. See, here we go. See, okay, Victor Alvarez, salute to you with that. Now we getting some feedback. So Alvarez is His insertion is that ROLLY sells. I'm 80-20 on that. Okay, Alvarez, I'm 80-20 on that. 80%, I disagree. And I give you 20%, I agree. I appreciate the drop, though. The reason why I'm 80% because the only time that ROLLY has did anything or even, been under the bright lights and the humming of the crowd is when he fought Gervonta Davis. That is it. That's it. What has he done before that? What has he done? Gervonta brought those people to the arena. Tank Davis brought everybody into the arena, not ROLLY. ROLLY was just a dance partner filling a slot. When ROLLY came out there and saw those people, right? He was in amazement. Like he couldn't stay still. He's like, oh my God, that's what it's like. But I get where you coming from, bro. I get that you saying, okay, people felt that he had a chance to knock Gervonta out. They felt he had a chance. Like they had to be extreme, acute casuals, okay, at boxing. I see where you're getting at where he sells from being in there with Tank. But we don't have any numbers to register him being able to sell a fight and sell tickets, bro. That shit sound good. But that 20% is him gracing the square with Gervonta Davis and people giving him credit for going into the 6th round with Tank and getting KO'd. They don't care about the sport. I agree with that. It's a lot of people that speak on it. They don't care about it. They'll speak on it. They don't care about it. I wonder I wonder how active the YTC would be if it wasn't any ability to obtain super chats or to get paid any revenue, and you just had a channel. You know what I'm saying? What if the requirements was just a little bit steeper? You know what I'm saying? Maybe what if they require you to have 150,000 before you get any type of monetization? Will the motivation still be here to talk about a sport that's full of magic? Like boxing is tailor-made for Vegas, bro. David Copperfield performs over there all the freaking time. Amazing. I grew up watching this dude. David Blaine, all these magicians, man. They treat us so bad, man. They treat us with so much abuse and dysfunctionality. Shit like this happens, and you have somebody say, "Man, that's ROLLY, man. Don't you understand? That's fucking ROLLY, bro. Man, people love ROLLY." Now I understand ROLLY fan base pretty much increased a little bit after that knockout, and there are people that know him. But as far as him having numbers to sell, where are those numbers at, bro? Where are those numbers? I mean, we're talking about 95-5 with Gervonta Davis, 95% Gervonta and 5% ROLLY. I mean, what are we talking about? Dion Washington on deck. What's good? Salute to you. I wanted to see ROLLY versus Frank Martin. That'd be a good fight. Well, I'm trying to find out, Dion, how can you get stopped at a division that's lower and then provided the opportunity to step right back in the square for a title shot at a higher division? It's not like this dude was undisputed. It's one like he's the current reigning WBA lightweight world champion. It's not any of that shit. It's not any of that. But this dude is moving up the elevator. He's not taking the steps. He's taking the elevator. He's taking the elevator up to 140 and being dropped off already with his hands wrapped, glove, all that shit's been taken care of. Rolly Romero, he doesn't have to do nothing. They giving him a title shot with Puello. And it's not even really like people going around here with grievances and talking shit about it. It's almost like a whisper, bro. I'm just trying to educate myself because I'm aware of the magic that exists, but I'm just trying to see what is the purpose of this fight? Where do they go? I know somebody mentioned early in the chat. They said they can see a rematch going on with Tank Davis. Okay. What sense would that make? Like, let's look at it. Like, what sense would that make? And y'all don't really too often hear me like questioning the hell out of the decision-making process of boxing. But this is absolutely insane when you look at it. This becomes busy, very busy when about the the mental psyche, like when you're fucking with the fight fans. This becomes very busy, man. This is a migraine right here, mixed in with a hand. You know what I'm saying? With neurological difficulties, earache, included earache in there, sinuses. This gives you all that combination of problems when Rolly Romero is about to come off a loss and step in there at a higher division, the next division up, and get a title shot. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I would have liked to see Rolly Frank Martin too in their weight class, in their respective weight classes. Absolutely. That would have been a nice fight. But Frank Martin ain't did anything. Frank Martin is just attached to Errol Spence, which is going to help him out. He's a much older fighter, right? I think, he's a much older fighter, but he's going to get a push sooner or later. I don't know who they're going to put him in there with, but he's about to get a push. He's with Errol. Errol's attached to Al Heyman. So he's going to get a push. It's coming up. It's coming up. They just don't want to give him another fighter that's in-house right now that's coming off a knockout in Rolly Romero. They want to give him somebody else at a higher division for whatever the reasons. Very, very interesting. Have y'all started to feel a little slight buzz going on? Like you had that second shot. Is this becoming a bit tranquil for y'all in the chat? Like, are you starting to get a little buzz? You know what I'm saying? Like, starting to relax a little bit? Is it hitting you just yet? That Rolando Romero is about to step in at 140 for a title shot, a super title, dog. A WBA super title shot. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing on Deck. Appreciate you for sending that clip over, bro. I appreciate you sending that clip over. I was yes, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give a shout out to the ones who be sending clips behind the scene, man. I appreciate you sending that clip to me. Real talk. Appreciate you. He says abnormal. Definitely. Have you started to get that tranquil feeling? You know what I'm saying? Is your mind starting to get, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about with this type of boxing anesthesia. Is it starting to hit you yet? Are you numbing up real nice? Are you feeling a little relaxed? Anybody came up with a way to determine how can other fighters get to this point where they can take a knockout loss and then come back with under a year and go in right into a title shot that's different from the previous loss that they had and at a different weight division? Somebody explain the logical travels in that. Provide me a logical itinerary on how another fighter can take this same route Because I have some other fighters that I'd definitely like to reach out to and say, hey, I found out the blueprint. This is the blueprint to make this happen. I just don't want to hear about the business. I need to know who you need to be connected with. Because they keep on talking about, PBC dead in the water and all that. But God damn it, Floyd Mayweather is attached to that. And they really shitting on us. Like, real talk, they throwing shit. They got a big bowl and they just throwing that shit everywhere. Like, they telling you we can do what we want when we want. You keep on talking your BS, and we're gonna continue to show you what effect we have on boxing, y'all. These dudes are sitting up here doing this directly, blatantly. They're maneuvering people around, and you see it going on. Rolly Romero is defying the odds, y'all. Look, this dude is defying the odds. He's 14-1. This guy was 11-0 when he stepped in there for the interim title. This dude is defying the odds and what you expect. Don't call no fighter that has 10 fights a prospect no more. Don't call a fighter who has 11 fights a prospect anymore. Banish that from your term. You cannot do it if it's the board. Whoever you sign with don't make you any better than the experience level. Like, just because you sign with Top Rank doesn't mean you're comparable to somebody that has 25 to 30 fights, right? No, you compare it to your experience level. But right here, right now, don't ever mention prospect again. Because a lot of shit that we're seeing that we want to place a label on, it's not the truth, man. It's all false. That shit is fiction. Smoke and mirrors, fake news, all of that. Rolly Romero has limited amateur pedigree, and this guy coming off a loss about to step in for another title shot. You don't think that's them showing you that they can goddamn slap you in the face with cactus gloves? They can slap your ass in the face with cactus gloves, bro. They can walk up to you with some roses in their hand, turn that bitch upside down and rip that bitch across your goddamn skin. Say, don't you never underestimate us. We can do what the hell we want to do. You thought I was bringing you something delightful, huh? They let you feel those thorns. You know what I'm saying? At the bottom. They say, yeah, boxing is painful. But we didn't ask them to come into boxing. They chose to come into boxing. It was voluntarily. So whatever you see us doing and you don't like it, imagine what the fighters are thinking. The fighters don't like that shit either. The fighters saying to themselves, like, how in the, what the? Can you imagine the conversation the fighters are having amongst each other? Look, I know some fighters that's out there saying, man, that's Rolly, man. I'm happy for him, dog. That's Rolly, man. I'm happy for him, bro. Get it how you live it, bro. If Rolly can get a second title shot coming off, what does this say for the sport? What does it say to the sport that shifts like this, where they make a mockery of this so-called system, this system where fighters supposed to work and earn their spot? No, they don't. You don't have to work and earn that. It's all about who is supposedly the more popular fighter, who is the bigger ticket seller, who's gonna have the shock value to put them in that spot. And right now, Rolly's making rounds again, just like he did when he was fighting Gervonta. Rolando Romero is back on top from the knockout video to now stepping in for another title shot. Shout out to Rolly, man. I'm not hating. This situation is not even serious enough to even have. That's not even something of a fiber of my being. I'm just looking at what I've covered this sport to be, and what I assumed in order for somebody to earn a spot like that, it had to be way more than what I see on Rolly's resume. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I thought you had to have a much more heavier payload as far as achievements for you to even get considered. Like, I would think in a basic scenario that if you was coming off a controversial loss with somebody where, it was a low blow, or like the Johnny Rice situation where they felt that the fight should be stopped, and he initially tried to call it accidental headbutt, but it was from a punch, some shit like that. That's what I would believe if you going back in there for another title shot. But this is far from that. This is a clear knockout loss, and this is a fighter of the division and getting another freaking title shot, dog. Y'all remember? Let me put the recall up. Hold on for a second. Wasn't it not too long ago when, what's the name I'm looking for? There we go. There you go, WCS. Pull it on in. Pull that goddamn that blue marlin. You know what I'm saying? Pull that big fish in. Wasn't it too long ago that Ryan Garcia was set to have a fight in January of this year, and he canceled that fight because one, it said people was complaining about that guy not being he not being worthy, or it didn't make any sense for him to go in there and fight a fighter like Ryan Garcia. He was just, really on paper outclassed. It didn't make any sense to anyone. And then, they was putting it out there before, the second set of information came out and saying that Team Davis didn't want him to fight before all this other mumble jumble. But before that, he said he was going to fight too in January. And word came back that they said that the fighter wasn't worthy. No, we don't want to see that. He ain't worthy enough. He's not worthy enough. Point blank, period. He ain't worthy. So you shouldn't fight him. So supposedly Ryan Garcia canceled the fight. What about this though? I don't see the protests. I don't see the people joining hands. I don't see the mobile phones, the flashlights, and the candles being lit to sit up here and say, "Hey, boxing, what are you doing? You effing us over again, boxing. What's going on, boxing?" You know what I'm saying? You got me feeling sluggish again. What we going on with Rolly Romero, y'all? We got some quality names up at 140. Quality names. And Rolando Romero is about to step into the ring in April in a venue that will be determined to fight for a title. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more in the building. Shout out to your OG on deck. I knew that. That's the business of boxing. No surprises here. People know who Rolly is, and it's a popularity contest. So Rolly's popular off Tank. Unbelievable. I guess he's more popular off being dropped by a 3-0 fighter. Unbelievable, bro. This is mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing at the end of the day when it comes down to the curriculums, supposedly the curriculum, the index that they have for boxing, really. The index. And the index has, though limited, it has like codes and protocols, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Fighters, that what they need to do and get into this position. But now, that's not even the case. That's not even the case. It's all about how popular you are. It's all about who you know. What's your social media? And like I said earlier, Bruce, I don't think he was on here. I was like, the only popular fight that he had was his fight with Gervonta Davis. So pretty much you have two fighters recently who've gained popularity off Tank Davis Isaac Cruz and Rolando Romero. You know what I'm saying? Isaac Cruz, Rolando Romero. His game essential clout off stepping in the ring with Gervonta Davis. It's crazy, bro. This should be a lesson to all those boxers sitting on the sidelines. Damn. Bruce coming in here like he's the Bruce coming in here like he's the professor of this. He said, "Man, I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all know what it's been like, and you just sit there and think you're gonna get shit accomplished." So I wanna know about this, Bruce. Like, what makes a popular fighter? Because they say a closed mouth don't get fed, but then again, you get a fighter that's being boisterous, and he's putting his damn personality and bravado out there for the people. And they say, "Oh man, you're doing too much." I mean, what is the medium? What is the medium for this, Bruce? Like, how do you become popular and make it to the destination to get the golden prize? You know what I'm saying? How do you position yourself like this? Is it who you have to be signed with? Is it PBC and Mayweather Promotions just basically slapping everybody in the face and like, y'all always talking about we can't do shit, we ain't got money, we ain't doing this. Look at this right here. This is really gonna make you mad. Look what we doing with our fighter. You think cause Tank left, we can't do anything, huh? Like, this is Mayweather's fighter, right? Mayweather is showing you how much of a shaker and mover he is, how much of a role player he is. You remember in Connecticut when they robbed Jackson Mariñez? This is Floyd Mayweather showing y'all once again that he can make moves whenever he feel like it. This is it right here. Mitch said, to answer Combat's question, Gamboa was KO'd by Tank and fought Haney next for the WBC title. All in the same division, though. Appreciate you putting that out there, Mitch. Appreciate you putting that out there. So let's look at something right quick. Let me get the Captain Chaos right quick. I'm gonna come back to you, Mitch. Captain Chaos on deck, the wild dog in the building with the $20 super chat. Much appreciated. One love once again. You already know. Who told you Rolly got dropped in sparring combat? Who told you Rolly getting a title shot combat? Shouts to ETB, Money, Brown, and Marty, the manager. But don't forget who uncovered the crook and the snake known as Blue. It was combat. Well, none of them told me. I can tell you that. You know what I'm saying? None of them told me, but the video is everywhere. And, you know, I pretty much know the guy. I'll take that back. I don't know the guy like that, but I know the guy. Me and him, you know, have crossed paths in the past when he wasn't even professional yet. I don't have nothing against the guy. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly who he is, though. Yeah, but Isaac Cruz. And once again, big shout out to Captain Chaos, man. Thanks for the $20 super chat, my brother. One love. Thank you for your support of the channel. Andrew Charles say, yeah, but Isaac Cruz look good and is the difference. I was talking about the clout. Now to get back to Mitch. He's putting Gamboa out there. Maybe I didn't peel back the layers enough to the point where you would have had a little bit more hesitation to throw Gamboa into the picture. Now, if you, Mitch, my guy, there's no way in the pantheon, wherever you want to find the boxing gods, man, whoever is considered the superior, the supreme being, you know what I'm saying? Whoever that may be in the boxing pantheon, not one of them would place Rolando Romero's name in the same sentence as Yorkis Gamboa. I guess I was not as detailed as I should have been. But I'm talking about not a person with the the resume of a Gamboa. I'm talking about somebody with limited showtime, like a Rolando Romero, limited showtime and limited fights, limited experience. I commend you on, putting that out there, right? But let me provide some other details. And shout out to Mitch for putting that comment up there. Much respected. So, and once again, this is gonna get a little shaky for you, because I don't think you really looked at what I was mentioning there, Mitch, when you said it, because I was basically emphasizing the divisions, bro. The change of divisions. He lost in one division and he goes up in front of the line in a higher division. Gamboa didn't do that. Devin Haney's in the same division, brother. You feel me? He's in the same division, man. Gamboa, as we look at him right now, is 30 victories in, 5 defeats, right? Yes, he took a loss with Gervonta Davis. He went in with Devin Haney because of his name, his experience, and his resume. We don't see that. That is absolutely absent in Rolly Romero's resume. Like I said, he was 11-0 when he stepped in there for his entitled shot with Jackson Mariñez. Devin Haney was in the same division. We're not. It is a point of similarity. I will give you the salute on that. He did lose and go ahead. I blame myself for not thumbing it down, which I shouldn't have to do, bro. This is in comparison when it comes to experience. Now, when you talk about the physical aspect of him being stopped by Gervonta and going in there with Devin Haney, okay, yes. But I'm talking about the lack of experience, the resume being empty, absent of the names that a Gamboa has, and also, more so, I should have emphasized this, him moving up to a higher division. Not so much him going in there for a title shot like this. It's more so my inner thoughts telling me that he shouldn't be in that position. Gamboa, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Gamboa has the weight behind him. He has the resume, he has the experience. He's been in there with some big names. Not Rolly Romero just off Gervonta Davis alone. But I respect the drop, though. Real talk. I respect the drop. You weren't all the way off the mark. But I'm saying, I respect you coming in and linking up the physical aspect with him losing to Gervonta and then getting another immediate with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But I was speaking more so on a higher division, bro. On a higher division. And also, I'm talking about when it comes to Rolly Romero, he doesn't even have the credentials to be able to make moves like this. But his pilot is Mayweather. That's his pilot. So every now and then, Mayweather said, you know what, I can make some money. I can jump the line. You don't want to sign with me? I can show you how I can make those moves. Boom. He does something that's always going to give you that shock and awe value. Just like they gave him the title. Did anybody go out there and confront Mayweather in protest? Absolutely not. Was there an all-out riot in Connecticut? Absolutely not. I agree with what Andrew said. You know, once again, when we talking about clout, right? Check the box off that. But I was specifically talking about clout off Gervonta. It wasn't so much how they look. I'm just saying when the popularity and their amount of fans that they had, the clout increased. You know what I'm saying? With Isak stepping in there and freaking Rolando Romero, both of them gained clout off Davis. That's how much of a big star he is, bro. Bruce says Mario Barrios versus Giovanni Santiago fighting this weekend, and this is a watchable fight. Both coming off an L, but we know the names. I look at it like this, Bruce. Yeah, we know who Giovanni Santiago, is. We definitely know who he is. I like Santiago, good dude, man. I actually interviewed the guy. Yeah, Santiago, man. Yeah. A lot of people thought that he beat AB. So that allowed him to have some Wall Street to return, right? And he went in there and got destroyed by Antoine Russell. But Mario Barrios, in my opinion, did not suffer the same fate. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that Santiago is taking this fight with Mario Barrios. Like, this fight has to be at 47, right? Did Barrios move down in weight? I forgot. I read the article on it. I forgot, man. Because I'm reading MMA news too. I'll find out right quick. Hold on for a second. I remember seeing him come across the feed. Let me do my due diligence right quick. Allow me. But y'all hit the like button. Appreciate that info, Bruce. Where did I see you at? I know I seen you up in here, man. Where you at, Mario Barrios? If somebody knows the weight class, I was just gonna, skim right quick, because I remember seeing it on my timeline, man. Where is it? Rolly Romero coach sends warning to future sparring partners. If you get in the ring with him, that's your ass. So his coach is sending out warnings to future sparring partners. Hey, man, I'm cool with this coach, man. I don't want to go there, dog. Like, dude, it was a 3-0 fighter, dog. So now, Rolly, this shit has went viral. And Rolly was taking sparring partners. He didn't look like he was taking them for granted. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look like he was taking them for granted. Real talk. Ryan Garcia. Let's see. I'm just gonna go over here. Dion said they done put Isak Cruz on the shelf too. Now Isak Cruz, Dion has been pulling out. He's been offered fights, man, and he's been basically turning down those fights. He's been turning down those fights, man. They ain't really shelving him unless it's for him not wanting to fight. He fought Gervonta. I mean, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Also, all of a sudden, like, he's on the shelf. He would be on the shelf. He just knocked out Gamboa, right? Like, and then he started turning down fights because they talking about, oh, he's an A-side now. He's a big deal. Man, hey, it is what it is, man. Man, Boxing News 24 put Rolly Romero hurt by Jahan Ingram. They really giving Ingram mad press play, boy. They giving this dude mad press play at 3-0. This is only gonna elevate him in a positive light. Oh, it's gonna goddamn lay his ass on the tip of that spear, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This dude, it's gonna be people starting to challenge him. And the last time I knew him, he wasn't all that, bro. I'm just being honest. He wasn't all that. I'm just putting that. Don't mean he ain't improved, but nah. He better be careful. He better tread lightly on taking this motherfucking clout. Tread lightly on taking this clout, because they might call him back in there for a real sparring session where, ROLLY may not take it easy on him as a 3-0 fighter and really take it to him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how sparring goes. Let me see. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it, but man, let me stop wasting time. Shout out to Major Key, boxing on deck. What it do, man. Captain Chaos on deck, keeping that 100. Yeah, salute to the Wild Dog on deck, man. You already know. They already knowing that Wild Dog on their ass, man. See, we were screenshotting. Sergey got 3 title fights in a row. That was in the same division though, Mitch. Like I said, I didn't thumb it down, okay? Because that's not something I should do. My point was more so, yeah, he lost to Gervonta Davis, but I emphasized him moving up the division in front of the line. In front of the line for a title shot. We're off the physical aspects of him, these fighters getting title shot. Once again, salute. You're right. Sergey lost twice for fighters who was getting stripped of the IBF, right? And then they moved him over to the WBC and allowed him to fight over there too. But he didn't elevate a division. He didn't lose a title shot, and then they send him to another division in a sanctioned body where they have qualified fighters to step in there and fight for the title. Who? That's the one I need. I can't think of anybody right now that's able to do that. Alexander Usyk came up from cruiserweight. He fought a Chase Witherspoon and a Derek Chisora. He didn't go straight to the champ. He didn't go straight to Joshua. I'm talking about somebody who's getting knocked out. Did Usyk get knocked out? Hell no. I'm talking about somebody getting knocked out cold and getting a freaking title shot the next fight around in a higher division. I can't think of one. I'm trying to figure it out. Who can I put in there? I can't put, somebody got knocked out flat. You know what I'm saying? Iced. I'm not talking about just the loss. I'm talking about KO'd. I'm trying to find somebody. Was it somebody in the welterweight division? No. Danny Garcia, he didn't lose off no KO. Never been stopped. Even though they tried to say that, Errol Spence stopped Danny Garcia. The cappers. I can't find nobody. Shout out to the Boxer's Mind on deck. Salute WCS ROLLY getting a shot at a major title at 140 is a slap in the face to Richard Hitchison as well. See, now we're making some sense. Now you see where I'm coming from? Like, come on, bro. Come on. That's what we're talking about. Especially coming off that performance, coming off that beating that he put on John Bowser. Absolutely. But they ain't going to give Richardson Hitchens that. Richardson Hitchens. Man, you know what I'm saying? They ain't going to give him that because that's a person that's not considered a popular fighter. He just goes in there and get the job done. And he didn't help his case by not trying to get Bowser up out of there. I'm sorry to say, yeah, he played it safe. But in some circumstances where people just feel like you didn't have A1 freaking entertainment value earlier in the fights that you had, they looking you to go in there and do something spectacular. Like the way he did, the way he freaking fundamentally broke Bowser down, earning 2 knockdowns. Sometimes in boxing, man, depending on who it is, they want to see more. That's all. They want to see more. But I agree with you, the Boxing Mind. It's a slap in the face to the sport. And especially to fighters like Hitchens and Gary Antoine Russell that's not getting a shot at that title. I agree with that. Tank reputation in the ring is so well known that you get some fame just from fighting him. No doubt, man. Barrios KO'd by Tank at 140 and fought Thurman next in a bullshit laughable fight eliminator. Yes, absolutely. No title, though. No title. No title. If Thurman was still reigning WBA, welterweight world champion, that will fit nice and snug. I'm talking about nice and snug. Tighten the boat up on that motherfucker. It's nice and snug. You know what I'm saying? But Thurman didn't have no title, bro. Thurman didn't have no title. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bullet said, hey, next time it's going to be your ass. No, bro. No, man. No, dog. Don't try to do damage control now, dog. There's no reason Rolly should be allowing sparring partners to best him like that. No way. It's no excuse, Rolly. You shouldn't allow anybody to come in there and give you that business. Rolly loosens up and get aggressive and starts coming in and throwing those wide-ass shots. True words right there. True words, man. True words right there. Real talk. But he keeps defying the odds, y'all. Rolly keep defying the odds. He's proving, he's trying to prove to the people that, hey, you give me enough shots. One of them, I'm going to make you proud. One of them, just give me enough shots now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gave me the interim title with Jackson Mariñez. Appreciate you. I went in there and they say I was winning the fight with Gervonta Davis, but I was knocked down in 6 rounds. Appreciate you. Now you giving me Alberto Puello. Appreciate you. Roland Romero said, I'm going to make you proud one of these times, dog. Captain Chaos on deck again with the $5 super chat, man. In the building. Shouts to Major Key, Bruce Gas, and Big Blunt. Support the ones who support the chat. Check them out like they check Combat out. Salute to you for the $5 super chat, man. I don't think a super chat like that will really get read on a lot of channels because they feel like you're giving away views, man. They just, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't talk about other channels on this channel. This is a what they call it. This is a private chat. This is a private chat. You know what I'm saying? This is what they called not privately owned, but damn, what they call it in real estate? Damn. I forgot the name. Damn. But yeah, they be telling me this is a private chat over here. But shout out to those Major Key, Bruce Gas, Boxer Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Big Blunts. Shout out to them cats, man. Doing big things, man, with the interviews and all that. I see Major Key over there doing the interviews. Bruce Gas interviewing, checking out the OGs in boxing. Yeah, man, big shout out to those guys, man. Everybody's made some type of improvement, in the last couple of years, doing their thing, man. That's the refreshing part of boxing. I don't know, man. Maybe Tank installed an Amir Khan button on Rolly's chin. I just don't want to see somebody's mentioned earlier talking about they see a Gervonta Davis rematch with Rolly. I hope not, because he will have to have something devastating in between that. Like, he will have to go in there and land a shot that's believable. We can't have a Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon situation. You know what I'm saying? We can't have that type of situation where a punch whistles by and the air knocks them down and they're convulsing, you know what I'm saying, looking like Jason Rosario percolating off his back and shit from a jab. No, we don't want to see that. We want something that's believable, that's real, genuine, authentic, that falls within the integrity of boxing in an all-out fight. You know what I'm saying? For the sweet sides. We don't want to see something that's controversial Look like it's not real. But it happens, bro. It happens. But much appreciated that Captain Chaos once again for that super chat in the building, bro. But people, it's been a pleasure, man. That's all I got for the night. Real talk. Salute to everyone that pulled up. I appreciate you. Thanks for the donations from Captain Chaos. And those of you that tuned in, hit the like on the way out. Just hit the like. You know what I'm saying? Rolly Romero, man, he got Floyd, man. He's proven once again he's gonna maneuver his way through the waterways and get dropped off on shore, wherever his destination at. And he's gonna keep on doing it until he say, hey, I've given you the paychecks. I appreciate you being loyal. I got you paid a little bit. Now we're gonna, kind of fight the lower tier. Cause Rolly can't go in this next fight and get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to that Mario Barrios, Giovanni Santiago. Like I like Barrios and Santiago. Good guys, man. Seriously, they're good guys. Mario Barrios, man, he really believes in the Aztec warrior. He really do, man. Like that ring walk that he had with his peoples, man. I just wish my people had some type of culture like that. Seriously. Like they get dressed up and, like African is not my culture. Like that's not something that I can relate to, something that's tribe. You know what I'm saying? They all say we have it in our blood, but he can relate via who he is as a person. And all the colors that they had, the full garb, the costumes. That shit was nice to watch, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was nice to watch. Real nice. But yeah, y'all hold it down, man. We definitely gonna have something different to talk about tomorrow. I know we want to go back and forth on whether Tank is gonna be in court, whether the Ryan Garcia fight is gonna happen. Hey, I'm not gonna battle with any one of y'all over anything, because as much fake news is out here, 20 times a freaking week. How many people done sit up here and just continue to say, yep, boxing don't take it serious. I'm not going to take reporting on the sport serious. You feel me? Don't get mad about it. But thank you for your support. Until next time, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm